The coach. Welcome to the show. The chef is cyborg, saving sports radio. Football addicts, since they learn how to walk. Been giving 2 cents since they learn how to talk. Yo, it's me, Gray Cloud, know the voice in New York. The highs, the lows, the wins, the bosses. You ain't a damn loser if you took some losses. Put the gloves on, let's see who's the softest.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Don Dada Chef. I'm here with none other than Mike Hansen. Before I even say his nickname, because I'm super biased to your nickname, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But when I talk BKFC, this is the wildest sport, right? Like combat sport, you got to be a massive dog to get in there, right? Like there's a level of intensity that listen, I've been in fights in my life, not in no craziness, but when you go in bare hands, it's a whole different ugly than having them taped off or whatever. Mike, what's going on? I know you just worked out. I know you got some grub in. How's your day been so far?
My day's a lot better now that I had a great weekend.
Yeah, facts. So I got to ask you, what got you into training, to do all this MMA, combat sports, boxing, everything? What was it that said, this is what I'm going to do?
Yeah, I grew up in Colorado, Grand Junction, and long story short, I had a neighbor. He was a buddy of mine, and I wanted to always play with him, but he was constantly at wrestling practice. And I finally asked my dad, I was like, dude, can I go hang out with Nick? Can you sign me up with his dad to his wrestling program? Fast forward like 6 years, him and I wrestled. I did pretty good in Colorado. We moved down here to Anaheim, California. I was like, I don't know, like late 90s, early 2000s. And then during that time, though, I was boxing out in Grand Junction, Colorado. So I was able to mix up a little bit. When I came out to California, there was a gym called LA Boxing before the UFC gym bought him out. My grandfather signed me up for kickboxing, fell in love with throwing hands and feet. And then I wrestled in high school, and I didn't want to go to college for any sports. I was over it. I was burnt out. I was a 4-year letterman for football and wrestling. And then Camel was coming up back in the day. So I fought back when Camel was rash guards on, no shin guards. And you just fight. So I just signed up for that one day. I was like 19, I think. I just found out I was having a kid. And then, dude, 13 years later, here I am.
It's crazy. So I was like, I got to figure out how to transition into your nickname, because when I played football, they used to call me Mighty Mouse. I was 5'7", but I could dunk. Like I had a crazy vertical. I was fast. And they called me Mighty Mouse. So I was like, when they said Mighty Mouse, I got to talk to this guy. How did the Mighty Mouse thing come in? Because it's more than just, I don't want to hear I'm at 125 something. Mighty Mouse is a very, he's Superman, but a mouse. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
How did that nickname come to you?
Football and wrestling, like you just said. Like I'm 5'4". During football season, I probably weighed about 145, but I played safety on varsity and JV. So when I would hit people, like I would hit them like I'm like a linebacker, and they'd be like, "Dude, how the hell are you laying these guys out?" And I was just so angry and just so aggressive. And in wrestling during practice, I wrestled at 125. I never wrestled 25ers. I was wrestling the 54s, 60s, the 71s. I was throwing them around, literally throwing them around. And my coach, my assistant coach at the time, and a few of my close buddies were just like, "Bro, you're like Mighty Mouse. I want a little mouse character that goes around, pixel rolled up, tosses dudes around." I was like, "Hey, I like that." So that stuck ever since high school. I was just 5 foot nothing, 125 pounds wet, just throwing guys around. And then I used to do all this bare knuckle boxing after school.
Oh shit!
At a park. So I would fight guys like bare knuckle. I would fight guys like that are 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, and I'm just knocking them out. And they're like, "Dude, you're like Mighty Mouse. Like you're over here, David and Goliath kind of thing." I was like, I just thought that name stuck. And then when I found out about DJ Demetrius Johnson, I was like, damn, he's got the name already, So, but I just kept it ever since. And from the moment I started to get like big or popularized, is everyone started like, "Oh, you're the real Mighty Mouse." Shut up. Yes, I am.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't like when people go, "Well, you can't have this because someone has it." Like, I mean, everybody takes a spin off something. Like a few years ago when many years ago when Jeremy Lin started doing his thing and they called him Lin Sanity. People say, "Oh, well, he's not Vince Sanity from Toronto." Yo, relax. These guys are playing at the highest level. They're not calling themselves. These are nicknames that were given to them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a self-given nickname. So Mighty Mouse does this thing. I love it when you. Now I gotta ask because I played defensive back. I played a little safety, mostly corner. What number were you? Because I'm 21 was my thing.
20.
20. Oh my God. Yo, I feel like I'm talking to the greatest of all time. Like it is
That's
such
crazy.
So
yeah, because Ed Reed, he was a safety, and and at that time I was infatuated with the Ravens because of the defense, how just brutal they were, and I was a hothead in high school, so I just would love to like hit and destroy shit, and so I was just a mean safety. I was mean. I would get penalties all the time, but I was just like a little fucking meat missile just flying across the damn. Like if my coach wanted me to blitz, he knew it was like it's not going to be hard for him to get in there. I could fit in small spaces.
yeah.
Burst and bam.
You fit in the gap. See, that's where I was when I wanted to be, because I wanted 27 for Steve Atwater, and everybody was like, "Nah, you play like prime." So I was like, "All right, cool. I'll just take 21." But Steve Atwater was my guy because he never went for like interceptions. He went to pick people off instead of the ball. So that's why. But so when that first call comes in, how's that call to get you into BKFC?
Oh man, it's a story. So I'll make it short. My brother actually was supposed to fight on that Pachanga card.
Wow.
And he sent me a screenshot on Instagram. He's like, "Yo, I'm about to fight for BKFC." Mind you, I've been trying to get into BKFC for 3 years prior to our last fight in July.
Dang.
I was getting a hold of Nate. I was blowing his Instagram DMs up, his Facebook DMs, blowing him up. He wasn't giving me no attention because who am I? I haven't done nothing before. No tryouts, no nothing. And then someone got a hold of Nate, I think, for me. And then Nate got back to me. He's like, "Oh, so your brother's Chris Hansen?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, well, I have him scheduled to fight this card. Here's your opponent. Do you want to fight?" I'm like, "Yes." I don't even need a name. Just give me a contract. I don't care how much you're gonna pay me. Just let me get my first fight in BKFC so I can show you what's up. And then my brother's fight fell out. And then Nate was like, "Are you gonna?" I was like, "No, I am 110% fucking ready. I'm game." So showed up July 12th. Another great performance. And then it was easy for me to come back after that performance, and I just replicated again times 100.
Yeah, because that last fight, what's his name? Carey, I think his name was.
Dominic Carey.
There you go. I didn't know what to expect because the first shot when he went down, I was like, "Damn!" Right? Like, I don't think people understand when you get rocked like that. It's a tough to. All right, I got to get back up and try to do this. And you just kept working them, and I was like, "Yo, their stand up is crazy," because it just felt like two dudes we're just gonna bang it out. Like other fights you see, it felt more strategic where people try to wait each other out, try to time punches, and all right, I really don't. You guys just seem like, "Oh, we're gonna go all out, and whoever knocks who out knocks who out." It was just straight up tough guy shit.
Yeah, no, dude, Dominic surprised the absolute hell out of me. He caught me off guard. That's how he dropped me the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was gonna come out guns a blazing. Because his last fight, I noticed when he was toe to line, he stepped back. I was like, okay, he's probably gonna step back, and then we're gonna play patty cake for like the first 30 seconds.
Exactly.
No, fucking dude came out through a gnarly ass right hand that clipped me, and I was like, oh damn, we're already doing this. It's 3 seconds in, and then we separated, and then that's when he landed that gnarly right hand right here.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this right now, like I've been knocked down in almost every single fight that I've had. Every single fight. Every time I've gotten up from those fights, it just clicked. And I knew I just had to get up, follow Chris Lieben's order so he doesn't call the fight, and just survive for 5 more seconds. And I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to be able to, because I have that kind of pressure that just people won't be able to take because you're hitting me and you're thinking that 5, 6, 7 shots in a row are going to put me down. I'm not normal. I'm not that guy to go down because I got rocked.
Yeah.
Or I'm not that guy to give up or quit because I'm hurting. No, dude, you're gonna have to break my jaw. It has to be over here. for me to be like, no, I'm done. Even then, I'm just gonna have the ref call it. So
Yeah.
my grind and my willpower plus my corner yelling at me, saying, get the F up, get the F up, don't be a B-word, don't be a bitch. I was like, fuck, help me out, man. But no, all respect to Dom. That man came out, hurt the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie to anybody out there. Anybody out there right now, hurt the hell out of me.
See, but that's the thing I think that people don't realize. Like most people who watch combat sports, they're so used to either the boxing with the gloves or MMA with, it's still padded. It's not like boxing, but what they're not realizing is this is straight bone. Like this is just straight up hand to your face.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly.
It's a whole different feeling too. And for guys that go 5 rounds, I'm just like, man, you guys got to be hurting. Your hands are just. I don't like this. Like the second day soreness on my face is like hurting today. I felt fine yesterday. I was hurting the night of the fight, of course, because all fresh, but my lips swollen more now on the inside. My second 30 year on this side is just like it's like pulsing. My left hand's fucked a little bit because it's like swollen from throwing like I don't know what I threw, but I landed something. Busted my knuckle. But that fight that's the way that I like to fight though. I still want to portray my boxing because if I actually were able to box with Bareknuckle, I would surprise a lot of people with how skillfully I am. I have a great coach and I've been doing this forever. But that's what I wanted to bring to BK was boxing, not just a brawl. But at the same time, if I got a brawl, I'm the guy to do that with.
You see that's where that's why I like BKFC so much, because like boxing has became into a sport where it's a lot of dancing around and for a large part they hold and all that. And you're like, I kind of just want to see people thugging it out. So I grew up with boxing. Like I said, I never fought professionally, but it's the sport that I always enjoyed watching. So I was like, when I started paying attention to BKFC, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like this is that you cannot not be a dog and go into that ring. That's not built for that.
No, BKFC has actually filtered out a lot of those dog and non-dog fighters. Like I've seen a lot of UFC guys come in, a lot of them. Like for example, Luke Rockhold, he was a dog in the UFC, not in BKFC. He literally quit.
Yeah, he got folded, and it was like, wow. I didn't expect that because when you think of like UFC, you think, oh, these guys are badass, right? Like they're throwing the kicks, they're round and pound, like these guys are legit. Then they come here and it's like, well, damn. Like, and there's a few guys who they get tagged a few times and they're like, all right, I'm done. Like this, it's just not for me. And it's like you say, you start weighing all that out. And I'm like, yo, BKFC is the shit. And to me, it's one of the fastest rising promotions I've ever seen. Like the buzz on BKFC is crazy.
It reminds you, it's nostalgic a lot with the UFC back in the day. Yep. Back in the early 90s when the Vachita brothers and Dana White bought it. And what they did with it, they just absolutely it just skyrocketed. That's what David and Connor's doing. It's just, and then the whole team with BKFC, like people just look at David and Connor as people, but the BKFC team, like I have been able to be on 2 cards that weren't big cards. They were those small fight nights at a casino and at Thunder Studios. But just the production team, the media team, the way that we have to follow certain rules and certain guidelines, it reminds me as if I could be in the UFC. Like this is what the UFC would have us do as well. But BKFC's not replicated nothing. They're just doing it their way. Yeah. And that's why when you think of boxing, like if you ask the casual fan now, boxing, the Bareknuckle will always come to their mind too as well.
Yeah, and it has a long, prestigious history to the original BKFC Bareknuckle fighting back in the days through Europe and all that. Like, it's a dope look. At 2-0, because in BKFC, when you watch it at home, they'll say undefeated at 1-0, undefeated at 2-0. At 2-0, you got at this point, because a lot of guys you see, they don't even get that second, win, because it's like we said, it's a different animal. Is there somebody you really looking at like, I gotta get this guy?
So my thing with like trying to find guys, like for example, I'm watching J.R. Ridge and Chancey Wilson right now. They're both flyweights. Either one of them would be a great fight for me. But just because I'm 2-0, it doesn't mean that I'm going to call out the number one contender. Based off my performance and based off how my coach and my family feels, the flyweight division is this stacked, with all due respect, to like the bantamweight, the featherweight, because there's only maybe 10 flyweights, but there's like 45 bantamweights.
Yeah, it's stacked.
So like whoever I fight next will just give me that next step up.
Yeah.
To fight for number one contender. I would just love to have a name to have a number next to my name, or fight another guy that's fighting someone who was 3-1, 2-2, but has fought someone like J.R. Ridge, Chancey Wilson, or even the champ. So anyone right now at this point, I could really care less. There's a lot of good guys out there. You got Schroed out there. He's out there killing it. You got Wilson. J.R. Ridge is out for a while because I think he's doing that UFC gym in Florida. Who else we got at flyweight? Keith Richardson. Now we have freaking what's his name? BKFC Cutman. He's a flyweight. So I'm like, yeah, his next fight's at flyweight.
Oh wow.
That's why I was like, damn, they're in my roster. So like, I have to go through Mount Rushmore of people. And every fight that I get, no matter win or lose, just a great performance will keep my stock high, keep me in the company, and eventually, I'm gonna be able to touch and smell the belt eventually.
Oh no, facts. Like, see, in a way, it's like you said, it's a pool. It's a small pool of how many guys, so it's tougher to move around. I know that they had that. What's it? It's a tournament. It's like $25 million tournament. I think it was just said. Like,
yeah.
Is there any like thoughts on that? I'm not saying break any news or nothing like that, but that's got to be a massive thing because right now you're 2-0, and that is a big thing in BKFC. When you get those 2 wins, 3 wins, you're part of this movement, right? So it's going to be a really good look because listen, $25 million, and I know it's like I think 100 guys go into some kind of camp or something like that, but you're going to have some big name dudes that are going to come in and put more eyes on BKFC as well.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's gonna be great for the sport, for every weight division, and then just the company in general. Because this is, I think, the first step to doing what I think they should do, like an Ultimate Fighter type of series.
Yep.
In the future, this would be a good pilot to see if like how they can maneuver or navigate something like that. Because if they had a reality TV show in some way, shape, or form like that with bare knuckle fighters, bro, throw me in the flyweight division, like where you have like flyweights and welterweights. That would be sick. But you only fight once, not like 5 times in a freaking month or whatever. It's like you guys got one fight, you train for it. We guys match you up. It's a huge show. You have 8 weeks to train, and here, like, that'd be great. That'd be great. But we just can't fight multiple times because we're gonna get all busted up.
You'll kill each other. And I agree because right now I can't get enough BKFC. Right, like. I love what's there, but it's more like a pay-per-view, the once a month thing. If you had full content, at least if I can get 2-3 things a month plus a pay-per-view, I'm like, yo, this is great because the more stuff there is, and the more we'll actually know about guys that we might not have ever seen before. So you can go into I was about to say what's the guy's name who won the first Ultimate Fighter? Damn, I can't remember.
Very first one?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I have his face right here. I don't have his name.
Oh yeah. I remember watching The Ultimate Fighter and I fell in love with the fighter. So when he gets into UFC, he's already your guy, right? It's like, well, this is my product. This is the guy that I watch get to hear, and you guys could have that as well. And I'm like, that I didn't even think about that, but that would be so dope.
That would be a crazy. That would be dope if they had that. There's a lot that they could do with that for a lot of guys too.
Yeah, and it would just, like I said, it would give more to BKFC. It would give more to the fans. I know, like I said, I tried to get you to say, I wanted you to say, look, I want the champ, right? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted that, but I love the humbleness because in this BKFC shit, like I said, it could be anybody's day, right? Like, so there's not a guy, because I know you're on your humble thing and I get it. But if I sat back and said, you know what, in a few months, I want you at the champ. How would you even train for that?
Done. I would full time 100% train. Take a leave of absence from work. Let my family know what's up because I know that the payday is going to be very good. And the opportunity alone, it would be an easy switch. If I got a call right now from Nate Shook saying, "Yo, you have 8.5 weeks to get ready for John Dodson," I'm on my next phone call is going to be to my boss saying, "Hey, I'm taking 8.5 week hiatus." My next call would be to my soon-to-be fiance. "Yo, here's the deal," and I'll tell my kids, "Leave me alone for 8.5 weeks. I'm going to go to Big Bear for a hot minute. The train's going to be a lot different."
Yeah. Now you said about to be my fiance. She doesn't know. Like you haven't popped the question.
No, not yet. No, not yet. But it's one of those things where we both know it's coming. I'm just like playing a little bit with her to letting her know, like, oh, it's gonna happen soon. Don't worry. But I already got it all planned out. I'm just waiting for certain things in our. There's a few things going on that we're trying to let dial in real quick, and then we're gonna go take care of that.
Sweet. Listen, like, ain't nothing better than having the perfect woman in your life. I've been with my wife 25 years, so this is my ace. She's my rock. This the boss. But it's such a dope thing. Like I said, I had to ask. Like when you said it, I was like, wait. You said about to
Give
be
me
my.
John though. Hey, you know what? All bullshit aside, you give me John right now. I ain't saying no. I already shot him a DM and I was commenting on his post, just asking him for the opportunity, and he finally replied and he said, "I know who you are. Just keep working, and I'll see you soon, hopefully."
Oh.
Yep. And I had that
See,
screenshot, and I can send it to you later.
that's that champ shit, right? Because the champ pays attention to who he thinks is coming up. So
Yeah,
if he's sitting there like, yo, I know who you are, bro.
that's what he
Like
said. Yeah.
that's freaking awesome. I mean, like at that. See, like I want the smoke. I want the smoke for you. Like I don't want the smoke. I want the smoke. There's a super upside. I got to ask you because they had like a Halloween one, and I can't remember the guy's name, but it came in like Michael Myers, and I was like, "Yo, what's this?" Like, the guy came in like, I'll send you the video. It was a BKFC fight. He came in with the Michael Myers mask. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, I'd love to see more of this. Did
I
you
think I
see
remember
that?
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. So I was like, "Yo," like he was like the only one that came out. I was like, "Oh shit, this is wild." But this is to me, I don't want to just see a fight, and I feel like that's what BKFC does. It gives you more of an entertainment value into the fight. Like the intros are better. It's not just kind of we're just walking in or whatever. It seems like the fighters are all geared up, and there's no yeah, we're just gonna do this. It's like they know they're about to go into a pit. So right before you go into that ring, what's the feeling? Is there a nervousness? Is there a like I don't give a fuck? I'm gonna kill somebody.
Like leading up to the walk, like as soon as I get told, "Hey, Hansen, you're on deck," or "You got 2 minutes," my nerves are just absolutely through the roof. Like I want to throw up. I'm hoping to God I roll my ankle so I don't fight. Like I want something crazy to happen where like the lights go out and I'm just like, okay, the fight's off. And then as soon as I get out there and I'm getting my hands checked and then I get greased up and I get in there, it's just like the only thing I can explain is that it's just a numb feeling. Like mentally and physically, it's numb. I don't feel anything. And then once you start exchanging, after I got knocked down is when I woke up. I was like, okay, we're fighting. Like, all
This is
right,
what
dude.
we're doing.
Yeah, time to fucking no more trying to like get your shit together. Get your shit together now, or you're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was just in the zone. Boom. And you can see it on my face too. And then the way I was moving, I just clicked. I just all right, that's it. We're here. But I'm trying to stop doing that because that's someone's gonna be able to catch me one day with no
Yep.
gloves on, and I'm probably not gonna be able to get up. And I don't want to lose a fight because I went out there too like compose and relax. So there's certain things in my fight game that I'm trying to develop, and that's one of them too. Is my nerves. Those are always the worst. They always get to me. I mean, my boxing coach will tell you, Dale, he has to talk to me like 100 times back there. Like, dude, you're good. You're the man. Like, you've been trained for this. I'm like, fuck, I know. Jesus, I need some anxiety medicine. Like, give me something to calm the fuck down, and I can't take nothing. So, and BKFC just has me on that edge because, again, there's a high risk, high reward. Like,
Mhm.
you have no gloves on. I could get cracked once, and then my orbital's shattered, and then I'm
Yeah.
out for a year. You know, so those things cross my mind. But as soon as I get moving and I get my distance and I just get my hands going a little bit, the confidence goes through the roof.
Yeah, there's a comfort level that you see in it.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those people. I love music. I love hip hop, all that good shit. For a big fight, like I'm not even trying to say a championship fight, like a big ranked fight. Does your interest music switch? Like, all right, I'm gonna come in with this because my vibe's gonna be this, or like, because interest music to me is everything. I don't know why, but I'm a big interest music kind of person.
Yeah, no, it's definitely big. I was in Long Beach, California, and I just thought that it just fit right to play some California Love from Tupac.
Yeah,
and
sure.
or like some Snoop Dogg or something. But I also didn't want to play the same music that some fighter already has booked. So I originally had Just Like Us from SZA and DJ Khaled, because that's like just a dope song, and that's like my wife or my girl in our song. So I was gonna walk out to that, and then they said, "Hey, we can't find your song." I was like, "Oh, dude, California Love then."
What? Damn. That's
Yeah.
all.
So California Love came on, and then I do feel like it fit better that night for that song, because we are in Long Beach, California. Yeah. I'm from the area, and it was all hood. It's like I just love it. I just love it.
Nah, that's fire. Listen, there's a few things I wanted to ask. I know you're a busy man. I got ish to do. But last question. Not a championship question. I don't want to. We already did that.
Yeah.
But is there any other promotion besides BKFC that you're looking at where you're like, I'm gonna do my thing here, but if this happens, like for UFC or anything else?
No, I have no intention on fighting MMA again.
Oh wow! Because I know that you said you kind of came up and you were doing the kickboxing and everything, so it's straight.
Well, you know what? I take that back. The only other promotion I would be for that Game Bread, that Bareknuckle MMA.
Yeah,
I would do that. But I'm still waiting for someone to make Bareknuckle kickboxing here in the US. I would definitely do Bareknuckle kickboxing. So the closest thing to BKFC would be to get on one of those Jorge Masvidal cards and just stand and bang and throw some kicks and knees. I wouldn't even entertain no groundwork.
Damn.
Yeah.
My man's a bully. This is, and in a good way, not in a bad way, because we're in a sensitive era right now. You can't really use the word bully. But listen, if you want to get your ass whooped, this is the man to do it. He'll kick the shit out of you. Mike Hansen, I appreciate your time, my brother. Like, I'm sorry I kept it short, but
yeah, good, sir. Thank you.
It's all good. But listen, I appreciate it. I'm a fan. Anything you post, I'll share it, because I love to see people grow. And at 2-0, I expect nothing but the best for you. So on that, happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Do what you got to do. Actually, no, my bad. I'm rushing. Plug your stuff, please. Plug your stuff before.
Yeah, my IG is BKFC _Mighty Mouse 125. Facebook is Mike Hansen. You can't miss it. I'll have a fight picture up there. Real quick, I want to shout out to my kids for dealing with shit and the wake up. I want to shout out my soon-to-be future wife, my baby. I love you. 2-0 because of you. Thank you for the support and the stress-free camps. Coach Dell for getting my hands right and let me bring the dog out and take the leash off of me. Nate Shook for always taking care of me, giving me the right fights, taking care of all the fighters, the promotion BKFC. Danny's nutrition came in last second clutch to help me get that weight down. For now and forever moving forward, he is my nutrition guy. Danny Nutrition. You guys look him up if you guys are in SoCal. That man will take care of you. Who else? I got a gang of more, but that's about it. Thank you for your time. And then we'll have another one too after I get another victory, I promise.
Absolutely. Listen, that's what it's about. And I can't wait to see you beat the shit out of the next guy. So for myself, this badass, we out of here. Deuces.
Thank you. Better, buddy.